Did you know that today somebody woke up just happy to know that they get to talk to you today? Somebody somewhere woke up with a smile on their face because they had an opportunity to talk to you. If you don't know how special you are, if you don't know how important you are, if you're just not quite sure about things and where you stand in this world, let me be the first to tell you that you matter, that you are important, that you are doing a good job, that you are special, you are smart, you are strong, you are beautiful, and you are loved. If you are thinking of harming yourself, please don't. Please reach out and get help. Talk to a family member, talk to a friend. Contact the National Suicide Prevention Lifeline at 1-800-273-8255. Get help. And if for some reason you don't even want to talk to them, then reach out to me. I just need a simple message. Nothing big, nothing special, nothing crazy. Just something simple that says, we need to talk. And I will be right there with you every step of the way to fight this battle. So before you make a decision that we have to live with, make one that you can live with. Now let's talk football. What's going on, Pride Nation, and welcome back to a Field Review podcast episode where we talk all things Detroit Lions. And if you're paying real close attention, you will see that, like Michael Jackson, I am not alone. I am with friends and family in a place that may not seem like it should be so great, but he took the time out of his day to bless us. And I am talking about one Buck from Man Hour. What up, though, Buck?
What's going on, Luke G? What's going on, Field Review? What's up, One Pride Nation?
Listen.
Didn't get the 11 wins this season, but hey, we're still on track, right? We're still on track.
Still on track. In spirit, yes. And in spirit, 100%. People, some quick things, really quick. I'm going to try to hit it really quick. I think they're going to do a safe space on SpeakEZ's channel where you get to come in and talk about just about anything. I'll be on there for a little. Also, and I think that starts at 7. I think, if I'm not mistaken, he said 7. He could have said 7:30, but I'm going to say 7. So we're going to go with 7. Then also, around 8:30, I show up on a Man Hour where he allows me to talk everything but Detroit Lions.
Yes, sir.
I mean, I can talk Lions if I want to, but I generally talk about other things in the NFL. I got a very good topic to talk about there. And it's around a 15 to 30-minute segment where, you know, I'm just going to let it rip on some things, and they're going to pretty much tell me how nuts I am. You should definitely go back and hear my argument for the UFSL. That was awesome. And also, you should hear my argument on running the ball. Ironically, Buck, who's that team you like?
The Chiefs?
The Chiefs, yeah. The Chiefs.
Okay. Yeah.
And the Chiefs have a running back named Clyde Edwards-Helaire, right?
Championship.
Okay. All right. Some of us haven't got there yet. Don't you don't rub it in. But Clyde Edwards-Helaire is there, and it's so ironic because I often say that team can go as far as they're willing to hand the ball off to, really. And something happened that I cannot wait to talk about yesterday. So let's see who's in the building with us. We got Looney Tune in the building, One Pride, 40 in the building, Dan Spanos in the building. We got obviously you in the building.
Yes, sir.
We got Joey 2 times. Anybody else take the under on the Pats game last night? See, this is funny. I can't wait to talk about Joey 2 times. Joey 2 times has a very interesting take, and I can't wait to see it. Kyle Webb is in the building. D. Williams in the building. Go Lions. John Jones is in the building. We got Friendly Neighborhood Lions fan. I don't know why I think that is a dope name, but it is. Midwest Lions in the building. Let's see. Let me go down here. I make sure I ain't miss nobody. Tactical Pumas in the building. We got Super Saiyan Lion in the building. All right. It says Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first. Oops. I know, right? He literally disappeared. What? Yeah, I would have took Clyde Edwards-Helaire in the first. I think he was a dope running back, and I just think that he is not being utilized to his full potential. But I guess.
Well, he's been hurt this year too, so
true.
Yeah.
But he's scary good. That it's his ability to always make that first person miss. All right, people. First things first. Okay. First things first. My man's Mars is in the building. What up, though? We gotta talk about the elephant in the room. we got to talk about it. If you are wondering what I'm referring to, I want you to take a long, hard look at this photo because chances is if I put a photo up, I'm probably going to touch on that as a topic. And the reality is this. I got good news and bad news for you. It's really up to you on what you get first. Here's the good news. The Lions have a defensive coordinator in Aaron Glenn. The bad news is he may not be here long enough to even be called defensive coordinator because it's my belief and my opinion that Aaron Glenn would be one of the most popular names talked about for a head coaching position. And at the very least, you may get him for just next year, but at that point, he's gone. He will then go on to be a head coach. And we're not just talking about that, it's so many others. So, Buck, you've caught a few of these Lions games and stuff.
Definitely.
I would have thought that the offense would have been way further ahead than the defense and so much better off, but that's not the case. Are you thinking that there's a good chance within a year or so that Aaron Glenn is no longer on the Detroit Lions because he's a head coach somewhere else?
Yeah, so first things first, let's address the real elephant in the room. It is easier to play defense and learn a defensive scheme before an offensive scheme. Like, offensive schemes takes years to perfect. And with Dan Campbell being a first-year head coach, he is slowly putting in his system and his guys and his players. The defense, you can only play cover 1, 0, right? There is only so many coverages you can play. So Aaron Glenn, I believe, came from the Saints as a defensive back coach, if I'm not mistaken, this year. So with that being said, just like what you and I were talking pre-show here, he has definitely improved this Lions defense heads over shoulders here, which, this, like, the win-loss record may not show it, but at the end of the day, the Lions defense has kept them in a lot of games. Now, will he be a head coach? At some point, possibly next year, no. The only way I could see him being a head coach for any team next year is if the Houston Texans want to bring some coach in to try to entice Deshaun Watson to stay, and maybe Aaron Glenn is that guy. Maybe an Eric Bieniemy is that guy. But I feel like those are the only two players that could possibly just decide or try to keep Deshaun Watson in Houston. So will Aaron Glenn be a head coach in the NFL next year? Absolutely not. Why? Because you Lion fans are calling for Dan Campbell's heads right now. What other way to plug and play here? Get rid of Dan Campbell, get Aaron Glenn up there. So if he is a head coach next year, it will be for your Detroit Lions, Luke.
Listen, it's one of them things where the more I watch what he do, the more amazed that I am with it. Let's first put some things in perspective, okay? The first thing I want people to understand is this, okay? Let's go to the box score. People, listen. What you are looking at is the 2020 season. The 2020 season. This is the defensive rankings. I just want y'all to see this. Points for, 32nd, yards, 30 seconds. Now, I know some of y'all about to try to jump on my throat, but understand, points for went from 32nd in under a year to 28, and from 32nd in yards to 29. Now, some of y'all may be thinking, Luke, that's not a huge jump. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Yeah, we still got games left. We still got a lot of games left. And the defense, in all honesty, has been getting better and better and better. But the evidence don't just stop there. It's not just one of the things that you can look at and say that this team is not showing the signs of improvement. They're doing this with people who was working at Kroger's just like last weekend. Do you not understand that this defense, I guarantee you right now, if you were given a chance to win $100 to name every defensive starting player on the Lions right now, you would not be able to do it because most of the times they're finding people that you don't expect to be something and turn them into something else. So let's keep going. Turnovers. We were 31st in getting turnovers as a defense. And that's with a guy who's defensive minded and who's supposed to be a rocket scientist. Remember that, right? The guy that you guys gave 3 years to. Well, he comes in and now we're 17th. from 31 to 17, right? And fumbles, we are now at 12th, but under that rocket scientist, we were literally 29th. First downs, you're dead last. Everybody got a first down. It was like Oprah came in and was just tossing them out. You get a first. You get a first. You get a first. Buck, you get 2 first. Right?
Yes, sir.
Right? And then you get here and we're 23rd. Passing attempts this year, we at 4th. But under that genius, 16th. Do y'all not see the level of improvement, the moxie that he's doing, and the level to which he's doing it? Like, you just look at the injury list. Buck, can you see this?
Yes, sir.
Everybody's hurt.
Yep.
This is a snippet. Michael Brockers, limited. Trey Flowers, I don't know what the hell they're gonna do with him. Recycle, I don't know. I don't know. Bobby Price, Jalen Reeves-Maben. And this is just, we got so many other people that's not on here. Okuda, so forth and so on. Like, God, look at this. People.
So Luke, also just to add to your point here, I pulled up some quick stats here, and my math is not always perfect, but it is pretty spot on when I got a calculator. But so the last 5 weeks, the Detroit Lions defense is ranked 12th in all of those major categories that you just saw it out there. So you guys are in the top 1/3 in the last 5 to 6 weeks here on the defensive side of the ball. Now, if you want to do a full season, yes, you're like 18th or like whatever, right? But the last 5 weeks, you are really honing it in. And what makes a championship caliber team getting hot at the right time, much like the Kansas City Chiefs are. Their defense was horrible the last or the first 8 weeks of the season. Like the last 6. They are easily a top 5 defense. Not to boast on the Kansas City Chiefs too much here, but the Detroit Lions are trending in the right way. They have been there all season, and they just needed that one win to really catapult the season. Now that one win came week 13, right? Which sucks, but if that one win would have came week 3, week 4. My prediction of this team would have been spot on. You guys would have been 11-17 and making a push for that for the NFC playoff push here. Hell, if you want to get technical, you technically aren't out of the playoff hunt yet, right? I mean, there's still a chance. Technical.
I mean, it's a long shot, but you know.
Yeah, but technically you are not out. But when you sit back and look at it, the last 5 weeks you are a top 12 defense in the NFL. What else do you want?
With backups. We can't take the caveat of the Meyer, Walmart, Kroger fill-ins, the bartender who's playing cornerback. You can't overlook those pieces and act as if though that is not the case at all. It is impressive.
Right.
It is so crazy to see this defense perform at this level. It has made everybody take notice. The other part that you got to look at, and I'm not just saying is that it could be this year. I'm just saying don't be surprised if his name is not brought up in the coaching search based on what he's
definitely
doing.
It definitely has to be, right? Eric's name's thrown out there every year, and he has expressed interest like, hey, I'm perfectly happy here. But every year his name gets thrown out there, right? So I mean, Aaron Glenn's name has to get thrown out there because of the turnaround that he has done in just the last six weeks alone, let alone the last 13 in the last season.
And then take it one step further, right? Take it one step further. When you start to look at other aspects of the game, what I mean, as each game goes on, they always make mistakes, right?
Right.
But I'm watching players develop. This is something I have not seen in Detroit 90, 91, somewhere in that area. I'm seeing players develop. And I'm watching people make plays. I'm watching Derek Burns stand people up at the goal line. I'm watching a guy who was dead in the water at safety get bumped to slot corner because we're hurting, making plays. And Will Harris. I don't know where the hell Jacoby Jerry came from. I don't know. Jacob Jarrett, I don't know where he came from. Where did
Walmart.
AJ Parker come from? Right? Like, it's so crazy to me how this ended up being. Now, I'm bringing all that up to say this because I don't think y'all understand. And it's not just him. It's not just Aaron Glenn. They already tried to steal fairly. And I think we got some coaches, man, that y'all don't get comfortable with. But let's talk about some of the other things. Let's kind of put some of the other stuff on the table, right? So I'm sitting here going through this, and it brings me to my next point, which is the salary cap, which was announced to be somewhere around $208 million, right? Like, and so I went to over the cap because I rock with them. It's really good. I enjoy the numbers, and you can see a lot of stuff, right? And I'm sitting up here, and I'm just looking. And I'm like, oh, we coming into it with some money. Now, obviously, we can get even more if we dump a few certain players, but doesn't matter.
Is that Jared Goff? Oh, my bad.
Too
soon?
Not for me. Not for me. He can go. He can go, and a host of other people can go. But you know what? That ain't none of my business, right? I don't want to be that guy. However, I'm looking at the teams who are projected to have the most money in the upcoming free agency, and I'm like, yep, I don't see none of them spending big money. I don't think Jacksonville is an issue for the Lions. Because
maybe
Miami might be, but Jacksonville definitely not. And the reason I went to Jacksonville first is because Jacksonville is really teetering on being a first overall pick right now. In fact, if they lose this game on Sunday and the Lions win, the Lions go to the number 2 slot and they go into the first overall slot. But we're going to talk about that in a minute. The reason I'm looking at this, and I'm just going through saying to myself, Jacksonville, I don't think many of the players believe that Urban Meyer is going to stay there too much longer. And so to me, that's a problem. The Bengals, they're not going to go for broke. They just not. Washington, no. Colts, no. Seattle definitely ain't going for broke. Raiders, no, they may go for broke. But for the most part, you're going to be able to bid on a lot of good free agents, right? And with the cap going up to that 208, but correct me if I'm right or wrong, for a team that's going to have a lot of expiring and players coming off of the books, the Lions are going to bump up a little bit higher than where they are on that cap. And I think it's pretty safe to say that based on Dan Campbell alone, they're going to be a destination for free agents. Would you agree?
That's a problem. Like, I'm not for sure if I'm buying into the Dan Campbell experience yet. Now, the other coaches that he has on that staff, that's definitely a destination spot. One name that comes to mind is Anthony Lynn. He was the former Chargers head coach from last season. Actually led the Chargers to the playoffs a couple times, if I'm not mistaken on that. So, I mean, he definitely has that forte and that offensive mind that they need over there. So to be classified as a destination spot, no, there are other places out there that me personally I would rather play. But when you look at quarterbacks per se, just because I think we all agree here that Jared Goff is a problem. He only has one win that is under a head coach that isn't underneath Sean McVay. So take that into perspective there. So the Lions are going to be going after a quarterback, I think, in free agency because the draft sucks. The quarterback draft market is just not very good. There are going to be some names out there: Deshaun Watson, Russell Wilson, Jimmy G, Baker Mayfield probably. Let's even throw Tua's name out there just because I think that Watson is going to Miami still. So do any of those quarterbacks want to go to Detroit? Yes, because of Anthony Lynn. Anthony Lynn is the reason why Detroit will be a quarterback hotspot. But the problem is you still won't have receivers. You still won't have that good offensive line to protect those guys. So it is going to have to almost take that Tom Brady effect. Like, hey, let's get a gang and come here. Do you think that will happen?
I think Anthony Lynn is done here. I think
you think so? Okay.
I think it's a lot of tension. It's been too many reports that came out. He recently came out in an interview and said that basically in so many words, but he basically said that it's an unusual situation and it's uncomfortable. And to me, with Lynn possibly being out, I do think it is more of the effect. But you did bring up a point that got me to thinking, right? Like you got me to thinking. If there is no quarterback in this draft that's making sense, and let's say ironically, for some reason, Deshaun Watson do go to Miami, if you the Detroit Lions, should you trade for a Tua? Would you be okay with going to get a Tua in Detroit? I personally
so you're looking at like a 3-person trade. So you're thinking Deshaun Watson to Miami, Tua to Detroit, and then Jared Goff to Houston.
Man, listen, I would give them Jared Goff. If they took Jared Goff, I would do what the Rams did for us. If they took Jared Goff, I'll send them first. Just take Jared Goff and give me the first for the next year's draft. You know, and I'll do it. And I would then trade it. I would then trade it and move around and be done with it. I'm just over it. I would do it. I would do it for the right cause. I'm just telling you. I know D-Mac was like, hell no, but I'm telling you, I'm done with Jared Goff.
I don't think Jared Goff warrants a trade anymore. You could probably release him and he wouldn't get picked up on a waiver wire right now, to be flat out honest. And like I like Davis Mills over Jared Goff simply because of the young attitude that he brings. And for some reason, I feel Jared Goff is kind of selfish. Like he's like, it's a me thing, and it's all about my stats. So I don't think any team would want that. Maybe a Cleveland because they're used to that with Odell Beckham Jr. But I mean, Tua to Detroit sounds like a dream scenario almost.
Flip it.
So
we send you Jared Goff. You get all them first round picks from Miami. We send you Jared Goff, and a second you send us Davis Mills.
Oh,
I'll take that.
Would you give up Davis Mills though, or would you rather trade Tyrod Taylor?
Well, Taylor's gonna be a free agent. So if I want him, I can get him as a free agent.
Okay.
Yeah, he'll be a free agent. So I can get him if I want him. However, I'm just putting it out there, people. I just think when you look at the money, you're going to have money to spend. And obviously, you want to make sure that you shore up certain positions. Now, if the idea is, hey, I want to wait till 2023, cool. But based on what I've been seeing from this fan base, it doesn't sound like y'all got the patience to wait for this to happen.
Nobody does. It is a win-loud league, Luke. You know that.
I know, but it's like, at what point do we just keep it 100? Now, I got to do this because I forgot to do this earlier at the top of the show because I thought this was funny, right? And we talk about media and we talk about how they do certain things, but I had to show y'all this because this is just too damn hilarious. I want y'all to look at this, okay? This is the one thing we learned about each NFC team in week 12. This is literally written by a particular writer for CBS, all right? And it says, Dan Campbell is now a problem. I want y'all to focus on that. Fast forward just a week. This same person, all of a sudden now, Dan Campbell has kept them battling all year. Which one is it? Is it that he's a problem or he's kept them battling? If he's a problem, the question now becomes, and I hate to say this, look, he said, look, the Lions can release Goff and save 10.6 on the cap with $20 million in dead cap space. I would do it. Ooh. I get it.
That's a huge dead cap hit, though. I mean, like, yeah, like they are gaining it. Is an extra $30 million, like I think, on the cap this season. But if you want to be in play for one of those big name quarterbacks out there, Deshaun Watson, Russell, Jimmy G, right? You are going to need that 20 mil.
I mean, but yeah. But what if I don't want Jimmy G? But I did Deshaun Watson, intriguing. But I don't want Jimmy G. But shout out,
When Jimmy G is healthy, he is arguably a top 10 quarterback in the league.
But that's the question. When he's healthy. And that's the problem. He ain't been healthy like that. He stayed hurt. Shout out to my man David Gabriel, who says, "What up, Luke? Love the content. Appreciate it, sir. Thank you for rocking with me and jumping in and joining it." But man, dang. Y'all, but the point I'm trying to make is we have options. And that's the scary part. Everybody wants to talk draft. But let's talk about the possibilities of just hitting the free agency with cap space. Now, while you're doing that, keep in mind, I'm going to be going back and forth between this flip-flop game that CBS Sport played between weeks. 1 week, he's got them playing their butts off and battling all year. And then, 1 week, he's the problem.
Okay. Well, let me defend this particular CBS writer. I don't know who it is.
Okay.
But just because you keep your team battling all season doesn't mean you're not the problem either. I mean, Dan Campbell is a problem for the front office right now because he has kept this team battling all season. We don't want a number 2 pick. We don't want a number 3 pick. We want that first overall pick. Why? So we can trade out of it and get 3 first-round picks for it. That's exactly what they want to do. So damn problem is the Campbell because you guys are winning now.
I just find it funny that he said that he's a problem and how everybody was talking about play calling, but all of a sudden, all the same people don't want to give credit to Dan Campbell because he was the one calling those plays that led them on the 75-yard touchdown drive. But nobody wants to give him credit. He's the one who brought in Aaron Glenn, but no one wants to give him credit. And then, I don't know if you noticed or not, but we have people in our media who were saying things like the Detroit Lions and the owner are embarrassing with how they celebrated their first win in 364 days. I wish we had Minshew as well, but I just look at it and I say to myself,
wait, what? What'd you just say? What came out of your mouth right there?
I sure do. I wish we had Gardner Minshew.
Oh, I'm done.
I do. I wish I had. Listen. You got to understand.
Terrible.
Yeah, but is he? But listen. Is Jared Goff better than Gardner Minshew in your opinion? If the answer is okay, all right.
Yes.
So is Jared Goff worth that 28 to 30 million he's making right now?
No.
So if I can get somebody that's slightly less than him to get the same
slightly
play,
less. It's not slightly less.
You
are looking at a high school varsity 4-year starter versus a freshman.
I don't know, man. I don't know about you. I balled out as a freshman on the varsity.
Not as a quarterback, though. Not as a quarterback, though.
This is true. It was on defense, but I'm just telling you, as a freshman, I balled out. I'm just telling you. I made.
Just go ahead and dust off those shoulders, Luke.
Dude, listen. I got honorable as a freshman. I got honorable mention for all city and had no clue that I even got honorable mention. The next year, there was nothing to be honorable about or just to be mentioned. I was in that group first team. So yeah, I'm just saying it happens.
So since we're here boasting, I was 4-year All-State. I'm just throwing it out there.
4 years?
4 years, baby.
I can't say that. I was only 3. No, that was 2. I was 2. My junior year and my senior year, I made All-State. But I was All-City 3 of those years, and
there you go.
And then I had honorable mention my first one. But hey, I'm just saying.
Just saying.
Just saying. Since we put it out there.
Love it.
So let me get to this because I need to talk about this. And right now I saw this and I thought this was intriguing. I know y'all are looking for draft talk, but it's not the same as what you may think. However, apparently the Lions have a chance to not have the first overall pick. In fact, if they win on Sunday and the Jaguars lose, the Jaguars will then go into the first spot. And my question to you in the chat and to you, Buck, is if you're the Detroit Lions, do you want to try to do just enough to stay in that first pick, or you want to get as far away as you can from that first pick?
So I have not dove deep into this draft yet. I have simply just scratched the surface with the quarterbacks with like Young and the Ohio State guy. His name slipped my mind, and the Michigan guy. The quarterback class is not very good. Now, how is the rest of the class? I don't know. So for your expert opinion of the Detroit Lions, what are your largest needs? Is it offensive line? Is it defensive guys? Or
in
what?
my opinion, so basically what the needs. The needs are receiver, quarterback, linebacker, or edge rusher, however you want to put it. I would even say safety, and I would even argue cornerback.
Okay.
But so, those would be the needs.
Good. So those are all positions that you can that you can fill with a second to third round pick and be very effective on the field, right? Because normally, let's just face it, first round picks right now are geared toward offensive linemen and quarterbacks. Yes, you guys need a quarterback, but this draft does not have that it quarterback per se. So with that being said, yes, you got to stay in the first overall position because there are teams out there that are needing, those type of players. Offensive linemen, Houston Texans, Jacksonville Jaguars, New York Jets. They would almost fight you for it to give you that, to give you their. So what the Jets have 3 first round picks this year, if I'm not mistaken. Maybe it's the Eagles. But either way, one of those teams would be willing to probably give you this year's first round, a second year, and the next year's first for that first overall pick. So then you're saying, well, if the Jaguars lose and the Detroit Lions win, we'll get the third spot, yada yada yada. Well, you do realize that there are 3 or 4 teams right now with 3 wins, and you slip up and you win 2 games, you could easily be picking number 7. So definitely, probably, maybe let Aaron Glenn call the offensive plays. Let him build that offensive coaching resume a little bit just to see what he could do. But yeah, Luke, definitely take that first spot. I mean, looking at it, you guys probably can beat the Broncos, you can beat the Falcons, but other than that, I don't see you beating the Seahawks or Packers or the Cardinals. So,
listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. I thought about what you thought about. If you stick at the first overall pick, does it have a trade value in it? And I know one thing about Brad Holmes, he don't mind getting rid of them picks and moving them. So, he was trying to trade up to get Sewell, right?
Right.
And I'm just thinking, would he? Should he have the goals to do it? Just make that trade, and I can see the value in it. But for me, I'm with one per 40. 3 spots is the sweet spot for me, and I can take whatever I want at that point.
Right.
Because I really want the safety at this point. I'm sick of watching people act as if though there's nobody back there. And then Tracy Walker makes a play, and they go, oh, that's only one. We go over here. And then it works. And if you had a more rangier safety playing back there, I think that negates a lot of the stuff. I just don't know. I don't care about the first overall pick.
And if you want that edge guy, the number 3 and 4 pick, Hutchinson from the Wolverines from your neck of the woods there, he would fit perfectly there. Isn't he even a Heisman candidate, I think? He's probably going to go pretty high in the draft.
Yeah, I am anti Aiden Hutchinson for the Detroit Lions. I'll tell you why. And I'll do it quickly because I don't want to talk draft, but I'll do it quickly. He'll be better served as a 4-3 DN in the NFL, and the Lions run a 3-4. And
for now.
Yeah, but they're going to stick to it because once you drafted Aleem McNeil, who was a true nose tackle, you was not going to a 4-3 with him. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And you brought in Levi Onwuzurike, but you're not going to go to a 4-3 with him. That would mean you would have to then have Aiden at the 1 DN spot. You'll have Romeo at the other. And I don't see Aiden Hutchinson as a talent special enough to be warranted of a further overall pick. However, I do think there are other teams who do see him as special, who do see Thibodeau as special. And if I'm sitting there first and you really feel like he's special, or you feel like the lineman from Alabama is special, and when the guy from Georgia, I think he's at, What's the guy? What's the Neil guy? I'm drawing a blank on the school.
The who guy?
Last name is Neil.
Oh, he's Alabama.
Alabama. Okay, so I was right. All right, so you look at those two schools, and if somebody's really favoring it, it's like great. But to me, if you can find a way to win your way out of that first overall pick, I say do it. I say do it and get out of it. Do whatever you can to get out of that pick and make something happen. So yeah, I totally get where they're going with that. And you made some points that it might be hard because what you can get for it. But until somebody puts them on the table for me to look at, I'm trying to get out that pick as much as possible. I want no parts of it.
I know you don't want to dive into the draft too much here, but if you look at this hindsight here, look at the teams picking in the top 10 here. There's only like three or four teams picking in the top 10. That's the Eagles, Giants, Jets, and the Lions, and I think the Jaguars. The Eagles, Jets, and Giants all have two picks apiece that are probably going to be in the top 10, top 12 range. So if you want to trade out of that first round overall pick, there's a very good possibility that you could trade down to 5 or 6 or 7 and still get your guy.
And see, that's what I'm saying. The options is there. I think the options are definitely there. But if I can win my way up out of it, I'm good with that too. You see what I'm saying? Because that gives me the opportunity to not have to feel pressure to do, because I'm hearing things like take a guy and it's going to take him a year or two to get going. Well, that's called a quarterback. I'm not waiting on the DN to take 2 years to get going. I'm not waiting on linebackers or a safety. Hit the ground running and hit it hard and hit it fast, or you're not my first overall pick. It just doesn't make sense to me. And that's my problem. And that's why I would love for them to fight their way up out of that pick. Like, I think we can beat Denver.
Oh, you should. Hopefully you do, because as a Chiefs fan.
Well, I know what you're thinking. I know who you're going to be rooting on this week, but I'm just saying. And like I said, speaking of Chiefs fan, y'all got to check out my man, The Dan Show. If you are into big sports betting, and he too is a huge Chief fan, season ticket holder, rain, sleet, and snow, even makes videos about how to weather the weather in Kansas City for the season while placing bets from your phone. You're going to get it all there. So check my man's channel out, man, 100%. And if you're
Let's link up, brother.
I know, right? And if you are not sure who I'm talking to the Man Hours Buck, whose channel I will be on around 8:30. Just talking, a little bit of football in general, not necessarily Lions, but a little football in general. And over on the Man Hour, you're going to get it all. You're going to get basketball, hockey, baseball. You're going to get banter. You're going to get laughter. You're going to get jokes. One of my favorite ones is when the commercial y'all made, Buck, where you be like, "What's your name?" I'm like, I can't get that out of my head.
Yeah, that's a good one, isn't it?
It is, especially when you see the actual scene, the real movie scene that it came from. It's like, what the hell? Totally did not see that coming, but it's still funny, and I think it's awesome. So definitely check them out. It's all linked in the description, 100%. Now, Buck, Jesus, Buck, I'm gonna have to bring this up, Buck.
Andy Dalton's still top 15 quarterback. Yes.
Who's the top 15?
Andy Dalton, of course.
Oh my God! I know this whole team ginger thing is going for you, but come on, bro, you gotta let it go. Let it go, like the Disney classic. Okay, let it go. Yes, let it go.
All right, just for you.
I'm just saying, but I got chewed out by a particular person who I will not name or put on the screen. I would not do that because that is just petty. I would never do this.
I'm petty.
I would never put that person on the screen and leave their name up as we look at this. Okay? I would never do this because I got told by this particular person, who I would not put up there, that the Lions, when going against the Pittsburgh Steelers, running the ball was a high school game plan. That's what they said. They said running the ball is a high school game plan. Then I heard that this is not a sustainable thing. You can't do this. You can't do that. And all these other sorts. And in fact, the way that they made it out to be was as if though you could only win if you pass crazy. Now, again, I would never put that person's name up there.
I will. Brandon Combs, Beastie Combs.
But
I was there.
Let's just look at something. I don't know if y'all watched this game yesterday. I don't know if y'all know this, but I want you to look at this. This is not a typo. This is not a mistake. Okay. But I know you can read. But that what that
guy am from Kansas, but yeah.
What that name say?
I believe it says Macri Jones. Mac Jones. Mac Jones, yeah.
And
the starting quarterback for the Patriots.
The Patriots. They just played Saturday. How many passes did they have in that game?
It looks like they had 3, Luke.
Three whole passes.
3 passes.
Clearly they had 3 touchdowns, right? They had 3 passing touchdowns, right?
No. It was zero touchdowns, Luke.
No passing touchdowns.
No passing touchdowns, yeah.
And they won the game.
Yeah, they did. 14-10, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Did he start? I'm just trying to figure out. Did he start? Okay,
he definitely started by handing the ball off 22 times, I do believe.
Now let's get on down here a little bit more. Because you can't do this. Now, I've had this belief that because I come from a little bit of an old school background when it comes to running the ball. And even you remember Combs told me I was a little bit like, okay. And then Combs came around to it. That was like, you might be onto something with this running thing. But check this out. I said that you always have to have a dominating person to run the ball with a relief. They dominated it with Stevenson, running the ball 24 times for 78 yards. Mm-hmm. And they unleashed Damian Harris and Brandon Baldwin. And Nelson Aguilar.
Just for the record, though, Damian Harris did break like a 65-yard touchdown
68, I believe it was. 60, yeah. 60, we go over here. 64. I'm sorry, 64 yards. Yeah. So just for the fun of it, he still broke a long run in this slow grind of a game. Now, let's just focus. If we just focus on the running backs, between 2 running backs, they ran the ball a total of 34 times. Now, let's get on over here because here's the thing that people not seeing here. This is the total times the ball was ran by the Bills. And if you take out the 6 runs and the 39 yards from this, they clearly was not efficient in running the ball. And they clearly gave up too soon to have their quarterback basically be a 50% passer, throwing the ball 30 times in what was essentially a 1-possession game. This is what I was told. It's a high school plan. It doesn't work. Now, I'm going to go down a little bit further because I think this is a beautiful thing. Now, here you go, right here. When the Lions did this same thing, it was a high school game plan. It was considered rudimentary and trash, and that the head coach was a joke. And you know, it's 100% there. Now, as this person whose name I would not put up here because that's not what I would do. All right. He likes to point out that, you know, there was 50-mile winds, right? Now, but he pointed out that there's 50-mile-per-hour blizzard last night. That was a problem.
It wasn't snowing.
However, the aforementioned Buffalo Bills quarterback threw the ball how many times in that blistering wind?
30.
So either you're telling me that their head coach is an idiot and that the New England head coach is a beyond genius, or you're just making up an excuse to hide the fact that you are. I'm not going, we're just going to leave it alone. Buck, I know you don't got a lot of time, so I'm going to wrap this up really quick with you.
I got time for this, brother.
Okay.
So listen. There are, Luke, I'm going to piggyback on what you said here on the Man Hour, 2 weeks ago. Mm-hmm. Do you want to win in January? Run the damn ball. Simple as that. This is why the Buffalo Bills may not even make the playoffs now. Let's just be honest with that. AFC so convoluted the way it is. This loss, I think they're sitting at 7th seed right now. If I'm not mistaken, they can't run the ball. It's in Buffalo, Luke. What happens in Buffalo? It snows, the wind blows, and it's cold.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
recipe for running the football, I think. So I see Joey 2 times said, yeah, let's not forget the 50 mile an hour winds. It's in New York. You are on the lake. It's going to be like that in January. What do you expect?
Like, how do you not know this? It's in your house. You've been dealing with this for years. You know, these are the things that I'm looking at that people don't want to talk about. You want to talk about dominating somebody? Here's a domination for you. I want you to understand something, people. When you get dominated, I don't care if the score is 14-10. This is what football used to be like back in the day and was considered a high-scoring game. But here's what you don't have happen in the games. You never cannot find, I guarantee you, find me one quarterback in NFL history to win a game on 3 passes. I'll wait.
Andy Dalton did it for the Cowboys last year, by the way. I'm just going to put that out there.
As a starter?
Quarterback. No. He came in the last drive of the fourth quarter.
That's the problem. I'm talking about this man started the whole game.
Right. If I remember what the telecast told me, that there has never been a quarterback that has attempted less than 5 passes in a win, let alone complete just two of them. So you want to talk about a dominating game? They literally lined up and said, "Hey, it's cold out here. We're running the ball. Yeah,
you're not going to be able to sack nobody because we're running the ball." Well, and they did it so much to the point where I don't know if Buffalo just sat there and said, "Yo, this is getting ridiculous. I'm running into these guys, but they're not coming down."
Yeah. So Luke, I see this comment. You are leaving out so many variables. Yeah, the variable is how do you beat high flying offenses? How do you beat the Tampa Bay Buccaneers? How do you beat the Chiefs? How do you beat the Cardinals? How do you beat the Bills? You keep their offense off the field. You run the ball. You control the ball for 14 minutes in the second quarter, and you score points, unlike the Broncos did. But that's how you beat these high flying offensive of like teams. So I mean, come on.
We can't even leave this part out. We can't leave this part out because, you know, as you see this one particular person who said it was a high school game plan. He said that you run that ball that many times, a high school game plan. Look at this. Time of possession, they still won it with 3 passes. I don't know what y'all want.
Which they should have. I mean, they should have won the time of possession.
Exactly. But the point I'm trying to make is we as a fan base need to stop this. And I brought this up before. I brought it up on Man Hour. I brought it up on a number of different shows, and I brought it up on my own. The moment we start getting away from fantasy football is the moment that you start to understand that there is a way that's guaranteed winning. The teams who are winning these games down the stretch, and this is what New England do year in and year out, in the months of November, December, and January, they're running the ball. Yeah, they just start here. This is just much of an example to show that we're just better than you. I would much rather you air it out and you blow me out by a number of points than to have this happen.
Yeah. This is right a here, physical domination.
Yes, this is 100%. This is the equivalent to a person putting you in an arm bar or a chokehold or some type of MMA move and just having you submit. This is a domination. This is brutal. And I had Lions fans telling me, Buck, that the Lions who did this same thing was a high school game plan.
So I see the comment here from, we have to keep him nameless, like apparently. But I'm going to leave your show here, Luke, and go prep for the Man Hour on this note. This particular guy says it is the way and formations in which you run makes it a high school game plan. If you want to call this a high school game plan, you want to know who really has a high school game plan? The Baltimore Ravens. They put the ball in their best athlete's hand and say, go make something happen. They have no offensive game plan. They have no spacing. They have no discipline on the offensive side of the ball. They have a trash quarterback in Lamar Jackson saying, go do something and win us the game. And it happens to work. High school game plan there, right? Hell, that's a Pop Warner game plan. Put the ball in your best athlete's hands and hopefully he can go do something.
But I just had to have a little fun with it. Again, hope you guys enjoyed my guest, Buck. Buck, please go get ready for the man hour. But make sure before
Yes,
you do
sir.
that, you plug that cool, sweet t-shirt that's got a beautiful ribbon on it. And also plug the channel, which is linked in the description. Let the people know where they can find you at and how to support the channel.
Yes, sir. So guys, Luke starts every show off with the suicide prevention hotline, and the man hour has these takeaway 22 shirts. So we have military people on our show. We have military people in our families, just like as well. And every day, 22 service members take their lives because of the transition from the military world into the civilian world. And we are giving all proceeds from these shirts and hoodies that we are selling on manhourradio.com, and they're going to a non-profit motorcycle organization back in Kansas. All the information is there when you order the shirts at manhourradio.com, but all proceeds are going to this organization, and they help feed veterans, that they help house them, they help get them to and from appointments, and they help them, most importantly, with the PTSD, because that is the leading cause of the suicides in the military community, guys. So takeaway 22, it was developed by Brandon Combs, like over here on the Man Hour. And guys, definitely be sure to check us out every Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. East Coast time at youtube.com, and of course Roku TV as well. So thanks, Luke, for having me. I look forward to seeing you here in a few hours.
Yes, sir. Appreciate you. Now, as my man, Mr. Cone, step out, again, it is in the description, and I could not be more happier that he showed up and rock with me, and that's why I rock with him. Like I said, I have fun. I do. I have fun. I know that Joey 2 times is like, hey, it's 50-mile-per-hour winds, and it's raining. It's not the exact same thing, and blah, blah. It don't need to be the same thing. The question you need to ask yourself when watching these games is, did the head coach deploy the correct game plan? And the idea that the Lions ran the ball the way that they did to be called a high school game plan, and it wasn't just him that said it. It was other mainstream media people who had the same thing. When you have people like William Birch, who's talking about some 14 points, amazing. Yeah, we lost 13-10. Amazing. Like, this is different than just a 14 points. You were just literally told you were not better than us. And they ran the ball down your throat. And they did it with the idea that you knew it was going to happen. So, now, my man Cap Ice Cold, thank you for your service. He says, I am a vet. What is the link so I can donate? Let me see if I can post it in the chat for you. But if not, check out my description. You will see the Man Hour is linked there. And if it's not, let me know, because it should be there. I'm pretty sure I copied the right one this time. And if not, I'll get it to you 100%, because I do support our military. So 100%. Shout out to you veterans out here that's helping and making this possible for me, right? Like, to have this freedom to do this. But yeah, I had to have fun with that, because people, at the end of the day, I 100% just had to laugh. People talking about it's an outlier, blah, blah, blah. That's another one. This is a fact right here. One Pride 40, they sure did run down their throat in a comeback win. So the run game is important beyond measure. And so people often get caught up in this idea that you got to air it out. I do not buy or subscribe to it being a passing league. I think it's only a passing league to those who believe in fantasy football. And so I had to have a little fun with that. I mean, hopefully, Joey ain't taking no offense to it. I hope we still cool, Joey. But where was that same energy at? So yes, 33 runs off guard up the middle was such a complex and nuanced game plan. Literally, any of us could have come up with that game plan. That's me yawning to some of that strange stuff, because at the end of the day, you have to stop it, and they were unable to. If it ain't broke, don't fix it. I remember when I was little, and my big brother and I used to play Street Fighters, and Easy, you ain't gonna get me this time. We ain't doing no draft, but I will shoot you. I will shoot you the link. But I'm not talking no draft. I'm not doing it today. I'm serious. But it's one of the things where, okay, it's one of the things where, where I just look at it and I say, you have to understand that game plans are what you should be focusing on. William Burks, you say 14 points. I see total dominance. I see somebody who can get it all done. So it is what it is. You know, however you got to twist that narrative, though, there's no twisting to it. You said it's a high school game plan. You said that running the ball that much is a high school game plan, and I told you that it's ridiculous. It's all recorded. People can go back and check it out. It's right on the one that's for the other one, but it is what it is. We go tell the truth. Just tell them the truth. You said you know what you were trying to save, bro. Save it. I know he was. He know what he was doing. He know what he's doing. I love me some Joey because it is what it is. Here's my other favorite person. He swears I be reaching, but I'm waiting on him to hop on. So like I said, we're supposed to still do the safe place on Easy Channel. So this is going to be a little bit shorter show, but we got about another 20 something minutes, and then I'm out of here. But just putting it out there. Now, the last thing I want to touch on today, because I think that this one is something we as a fan base have to at some point come to terms with. We have to come to grips with this as a fan base. It's the biggest problem with this organization is lack of commitment or its inability or its ability to overcommit. And what I mean by that is this. We can all point to the Matt Millen era and say they held on to him for too long. But now I think we are looking at eras where I don't think we're committing long enough to, I don't think we're committing long enough for us to get the result that we want. And when we were getting the result that we want, that still wasn't it. Like, it is what it is. The Steelers did stop it. Oh, my God, the Lions lost. Okay. I don't know what you mean that the Steelers stopped it. And the Lions didn't lose. It was a tie. And it would have been a win if our kicker actually had a bazooka to shoot the ball through the goalpost because his leg was about as strong as Raymond Noodle Pack in hot water. So, yeah. I don't know what you're referring to, bro. I don't know what you're referring to. It is what it is. However, we got to stop this fire the head coach talk. We got to stop it. We cannot take this no more. We cannot sit up here and keep acting as if though that, oh, he's got to go. He's got to go. This is 1 year and I haven't seen nothing. I have been more impressed with what I have seen from this team in 1 year under Campbell than everything I've seen combined in the last 3 seasons under Patricia. And y'all gave him 3 years. I told you can't do that. It doesn't make sense. And to me, we got to start to ask the question, are we too committed? Are we too committed or are we not committing long enough? One of the reasons the Steelers have had as much success as they have had is because rain, sleet, or snow, they are going to stick with their head coach. They've had 3 head coaches in their entire franchise history. That is nuts to me. You know how many bad seasons Bill Cowher had? Don't make sense. And I'm just putting it out there. I said it was a high school game plan because it was ultra simplified and bare bones. It worked. it worked. You acting like the Pats ran this elaborate rushing attack. No, it worked. If you don't believe me, I can bring up the chart to show you. They did the same thing the Lions did in between the tackles. Come on now. Come on. In between the tackles off guard. Like they did the same thing. I can show you. But again, for being honest, I think they should keep this same staff as it is. I'm just telling you. I'm just telling you 100% that I think that's going to be hard to do. I think Aaron Glenn is going to be gone, and I think that it's going to be a real challenge. So this is where I'm going to open up the lines for those who want to jump in. It's real simple. All you have to do, okay? All you have to do is simply jump in, use a cell phone, tablet, something that allows you to talk on a mic, like a headset or something like that. Give that particular device permission to use your microphone and your camera. And then once you do that, what you're going to then do is turn around and show me your face on the background. And if you want to cut your camera back off, you can. That's simple. The link is now up for you to get in there and talk to me. If you don't like that I called you out today, feel free to jump in, have fun with me. I always love it. Joey 2 times trying to defend his stance on this. I ain't mad at him. I would try to defend it if I was him too, making such outlandish statements. But he says, did it result in a win? No. Then I guess it wasn't a successful game plan. As was it? Did it result in a loss? You see how this works? You can say something, but I can do the same thing. As much as you want to say that it didn't result in the win, it didn't result in the loss. The only reason it didn't result in the win is because the kicker couldn't kick. He missed the extra point. He missed what should have been a walk-me-in field goal at 48 yards. It just didn't happen. We got our first guest in the building, Ghost Gunner. What up, though?
Hey, what up? How much of the game did you watch last night?
All of it.
It was so beautiful watching the Patriots dominate 9 to 10 man boxes the entire night.
Dude, they tried everything. They tried everything. They bringing people up, and I'm like, he really is gonna refuse to throw the ball.
They got this dude here. They got this dude here. The corner, he ain't even looking at the receiver. He looking at the box the whole time.
Dude, the whole time. And that's what I thought was the most amazing part about it. Like, people talking about it, but I'm like, you think that whole game, and people don't understand, like, that to me is dominance. That is to line up and have another person in front of you and just say, get out my way.
That was not a bad. I think Bills were ranked like number 1 overall or something in defense. Number 1 or number 2. So that was not a bad defense they were going up against either.
Right, and they was constantly changing that box. They was at one point I saw they had a single high safety and they had 10 in that box. And
That wasn't even one time. They had 10 in the box multiple times. 9, 10 guys always.
And they still ran it. They still ran it with the vengeance. And that's my point. I want the Lions to get to that point. I know everybody loves them Pro Football Focus. I've been getting a lot of messages, and I'm still getting them right now with the messages about Sewell being the number 2 tackle in all of football. But it's one of the things, and I wonder if it's gonna let me do this. I gotta see if it's gonna let me do this. I know what, I'm gonna save it. I'm gonna save it. I don't have enough fun on people. I'm gonna save it for later. But it is what it is. It says keep reading, Luke. It's right there on the screen. Adam, unlike Mike Valenti, will admit when he's wrong. That's why I don't listen to Valenti as no more. Well, actually, Adam is going to join me eventually. We've been talking about him joining me on the show, and talking about, because he has said some takes that I'm like, oh,
what
okay.
about like Sheila celebrating with the team, that thing?
Well, it's a few of them, but we gonna talk about it. Me and him we gonna definitely talk about it and talk some football. That's all it is. I'm gonna leave it there for the show. But what do you think, man? I want to ask you the people in the chat and ask you too, Ghost. Like right now, like are you starting to get concerned that we're not going to be able to maintain our coaches?
Like who in particular? Like
Aaron Glenn, Farley, Deuce. I'm starting to worry. I'm really starting to worry. Even Pleasant, I think it can, because if you look at if I'm looking at a team,
I think the only way, depending on how their contracts are, the only way they can leave is if they're taking a head coaching job. If they're leaving to take a coordinator job, they can get blocked from leaving.
Yeah, I mean,
so that's the only worry, is if Aaron Glenn or Deuce Staley get considerations to be a head coach.
I mean, it's one of the things where I would say this. I'm concerned because I think they can get an opportunity for a coach to be taken. And I think when you look at it, if I'm a team who's got everything in place, but my cornerbacks are not performing, all I have to do realistically is try to get my cornerbacks to perform better. Yeah, I might think RB Pleasant is there. I might think he might be worth it. I mean, hell, who in the hell is AJ Parker to be? He took Will Harris and had the presence of mind and said, "You playing nickel corner," and it's working.
Yeah,
it's working.
He's not a complete disaster.
Right, it's not a complete. It ain't the best, but it's working, and that's my point, man. That's the part of it that I look at and I go, okay, and I laugh at. So, but yeah, I'm glad you watched that game. You saw what I saw, and it was beautiful to watch that dominating force that went down yesterday, and knowing that your Lions got that same capability. Yeah, you should be excited.
Just wait till our Lions is healthy and they start playing together.
Oh, it's gonna get ugly.
They haven't been able to play together all year. The starting line hasn't been able to play because Decker was out to the Pittsburgh game.
Yep. And Frank Ragnow has been out.
He's been out since week 4.
So it's gonna get interesting. Yeah. It's gonna get interesting, 100%. I got people rolling up in here, man. Appreciate you for coming through, Gunner. You always come through. I just had to have fun with Joey 2 times because remember it was a high school game plan. I'm thinking to myself, he really went there. So
I'm still mad we had that kicker on this team.
Dude, how do you not make any of those kicks? Like, you realize that technically the extra point is a give me. How do you miss that?
Like, that has to either get blocked or you just have to try to miss that.
It's amazing to me that he missed those kicks. But we're going to talk about that they didn't win because, other factors. But, okay. Man, appreciate you for coming through and support, man, 100%. I'm going to roll somebody else in here and then, get up out of here. You feel me?
Yeah.
All right. Appreciate you, sir. We got my man Malik in the building. What up, though, Malik? What's going on, bro?
What up? Hey, did you, I don't know if you've seen it. Well, you probably ain't seen it because it just came out. But, the Woodward morning show, they just came and put a post where they was like, they admitted that they was wrong about Penei Sewell just like this whole time because they was reading off his stats and how they were saying he's the second best right tackle in the last 6 games and all that and they was like, dang.
No, when did that come up? Where's that at? You say it's on a Woodward. It just happened now, or you said that happened in the morning one?
It happened in the morning one, but they just put how they separate the videos for
Correct.
8 minutes. Yeah, they just put that part on their YouTube channel.
And it's funny because it's I gotta see if I can find this. I don't even know if I can find this. I'm finna see if I can find this, and if I can find this if you go to
Woodward YouTube channel and you go to videos, it's gonna be the first one at the top.
Okay, let me see. I want to see if I can find this because I think that this is important for me to find. I think that it's something that needs to be found. And
a little bit of a follow-up here. So let's get this straight. The Lions really, really suck. I have nothing personal against them. I just really dislike all of their offseason moves. And I just find it hilarious that one of the worst teams in football draft the highest bust potential player of the draft, Penei Sewell. He's way overhyped by the media, and they bought the bait, hook, line, and sinker, while other teams got better around them. So with the Lions, I haven't liked one thing they did this offseason except when they re-signed Romeo Okwara. That was a solid move. He's a 10-sack guy. It made sense. That was decent. But they hire a bum coach in Dan Campbell. I'm not sure how he got the job with no credentials. I don't think carrying a clipboard for the Saints warrants you to get a head coaching job, but apparently he does in Detroit.
Now,
wait.
Wait. I don't even care about Pro Football Focus, bro. I don't even care.
He just literally sat right there and called Dan Campbell a bum coach, and all he's good for is to carry a clipboard for the Saints. That's literally what he just said.
Wait. You got to listen. I told this dude, I said, what are you looking at? Because this better age well. And we already 1 season in. I don't need Pro Football Focus to tell me what my eyes have told me. But here he go.
Everybody's enjoying draft night, and the next pick is just in. And the Detroit Lions really suck, man. They just wasted their first-round pick on Penei Sewell, and I think he's going to be a bust. When I watched the film, I saw him getting pushed back with sloppy footwork and a sloppy stance. I guess everybody is watching him in shorts and thinking that he's really good, or watching when they played a crappy school, him pushing back some guy that we don't even know his name. Okay, maybe that's the case. But for me, when I watched the toughest game that they played, Penei Sewell got pushed back, knocked on his ass, jagged footwork. I did not think he was the top left tackle prospect. And also, with how deep the left tackle position is this year, they really didn't need to make this pick. They could have just gotten a left tackle in the second round. They didn't need to overcompensate here. And how the hell do you pass on Devonta Smith or let Patrick Surtain go all the way down to the Broncos at 9?
Now, people, if you want to find this video, it is titled that the Detroit Lions suck for drafting Penei Sewell, who's going to be a bust. If you even just type in Penei Sewell's going to be a bust, his channel will come up. He has the most thumbs downs I have ever seen in my entire life. And he has even doubled down on it with making 2 videos. Now, I've said this before. It's still early. We got to see how it all aged. But in case he took it down, I'm here for it. All right. Now, we also have my man Anthony in the build. I'm going to let him get in here in a minute. But I do want y'all to hear this take on Penei Sewell.
But I want to say one thing, though. All right. Penei Sewell was how old? What, 19, 20?
He was 19 at the time.
He just turned 20, right?
Yep.
I just turned 20. And what, probably about since what we played the Rams, he has not allowed a shot.
Listen, I'm just here so I don't get fined. Let's listen to this man talk. First of all, understand something. He's serious. This is not a gaffe. This is not a joke. But let's listen. Hold on, let me see. Let me get it back. There we go. All right, come on now. Don't stop playing on me now.
I mean, first off, offensively for the Lions, they don't have anybody to throw to. So I have no idea in their minds what they think is going to happen when Jared Goff goes out there and starts slinging it around. It's going to be a nightmare. They're not going to be able to score points. So for me, the Lions fans, you can enjoy having someone who thinks he's the Big Lebowski as head coach, but this is a bad organization, and they're just going to keep getting worse. For me, I think the writing was on the wall with Matt Stafford wanting nothing to do with them, and they were forced to downgrade at quarterback. I don't really know what else to say, except the Lions are terrible, and it's going to continue this way for a long time. And not even trying to be a hater, but typically Hawaiians don't make it at the NFL level.
I fucking find this hilarious. Typically Hawaiians don't make it. You got Haloti. You can just go down the list. The level of smuck and ignorance in this dude. Oh my God. But every year I'm going to play this until he learns to just be quiet. Don't even bring up nothing stupid.
But this the thing. If you look at it, no matter who it is and what their team is, as long as they know someone that's a Lion fan, or even if they not a Lion fan, the Lions, we're going to be the butt of everybody's joke until we start smacking teams in their mouth. Once we start smacking teams in their mouth, everybody, we ain't gonna be the butt.
Yeah, but Malik, he wasn't joking. He was dead serious about him, and that's the problem. But I appreciate you for coming through, Malik. I gotta get the other guests in, bro. 100% love and support. Just had to play that. I thought it was funny. First up, we have my man from Roar of the Lions, UK. This mud. Anthony's in the building. What up, though?
What up, though, Luke? How's things?
It's going, man. I hope you didn't lose no brain cells on that idiot. And we also have my man DSA, one of the most multi-talented member of the group. 313 JMO popped up. What up, though?
What's good, man? Can you hear me? Because I'm on my phone right now.
I can hear you, bro. Did you listen? We obviously, I had to put that in there because that guy was dead serious. I mean, he
low key, I thought he was a guest on your show, and I was about to not join the show. I'm like, bro, y'all like, who is this clown he let on here? I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna pick another show to join. And I'm like, oh, that was just a clip. I'm like, oh, all right.
You wait a minute. You said you wanted all the smoke.
bruh, I'm like, dog, I'm mature now. I'm not about to get on here and like eviscerate this dude. Like, I don't even want to, I'm just like, I'm gonna just bow out of this.
Bro, he was 100% there, man. I'm happy you joined the show, but I knew when you popped in, I said, "Oh yeah, he think this dude real." J-Mo came in like, man, what did that man just say? J-Mo and Anthony, I gotta ask y'all both this question because I think this is the elephant in the room and nobody's talking about it. Should the Lion fan base be concerned with the loss of defensive coordinator Aaron Glenn of the coaches from this coaching staff? And I'm talking about next year and the year after. Start off with you, Anthony. What do you think?
Absolutely, I think we should be concerned, but I think it was sort of a given when he came here that we realised that he wouldn't be here for the longest amount of time anyhow. I mean, you see the progression this defence has made in such a short period of time. You know, he's a great leader. He's great at what he does. He's going to be a head coach in the NFL sooner rather than later, and we've got to treasure him while we have him.
I mean, I think we should be concerned, but you know, I do think Buck made a good point. J-Mo, what do you think? Do you think that the fan base should be concerned that Aaron Glenn or some other coach can be had this year?
First I want to say to the people in the chat, man, I've been good. Shout out to y'all. And like, yeah, I'm gonna be back, man. We're gonna do a Above the Rim show on Wednesday. So
hey.
we're gonna have a good time, y'all. Yeah, so we gonna be back with the basketball. But besides all of that, yeah, I should be concerned. Well, let's get this straight. Lions fans, y'all haven't seen me in a while, so y'all don't know where I've been in the headspace. For one, we're trash. For two, I don't got no faith. And for three, I don't believe in Dan Campbell. I know I just hit y'all with all of that. But for four, our other coaches are way better coaches than Dan Campbell. Like, Anthony Lynn is a better head coach than Dan Campbell.
Okay.
Period.
J-Mo.
So Aaron Glenn hasn't been a head coach, but he's been a better coach this season than Dan Campbell. So if either one of them are gone, it's going to be you can replace guys. But when I just thought about the fact that Anthony Lynn is a better head coach than Dan Campbell, I'm like, that he actually is. I wonder what would happen if he was the head coach instead of Dan Campbell since the start of the year. I'm very interested to see how many games we would have won.
Hold on. Let's go back, J-Mo. You
and I don't like Anthony Lynn, but
you carpet dust this, bro. But you gave us that carpet dust bum. You got to explain what is your beef with Dan Campbell? Where does it start
Dan
for you?
Dan Campbell is he's not a good football coach. I'm gonna just leave it at that.
But no, you gotta give us some substance now. Come on, J-Mo.
That's my opinion. Look. It was only 2 games where I was like, all right, Dan, if you win this game, we cool. And he lost those games. And it's just mistakes. You just see he's a rookie head coach and he's not good at his job. What's the record? 110-1.
But
we could have won a lot of them games if we had better head coaches. It's the same old story with the Lions as usual. If the coach was better, we would win, obviously. But you know, we can't fix something that's broken apparently. But yeah.
But do we give up on rookie players after 11
he only
games?
has one defining quality. Like, Dan Campbell was a dude that, like, if anything happened in the zombie apocalypse, I'm calling him because we gonna ride together. But that's his only defining quality. Like I would love playing for Dan Campbell. I ain't gonna even lie to you. But that's his only defining quality, man. He a people person.
All right, well, J-Mo, let me try to help you. Anthony, go ahead, give me your point to it because I think I usually disagree with J-Mo, but we agree more than we disagree. But this one, I'm just intrigued. What's your thoughts on this, Anthony?
Yeah, but you know, do we give up on rookie players after 11 games? No, we don't. The whole point is he's a rookie and he's learning. And you've seen from the Vikings game at the weekend that he's learning from his mistakes. Yes, he did make some errors there, but a few weeks ago on that 4th and 1 near the end, Dan Campbell would have punted it away and they'd have driven down the field really slowly at us, put a field goal past us and defeated us. He went more aggressive this time, and that is the right thing to do at the time. You know, they scored quick, but it gave us time to get back down the field and put a score back on them. He's not done it before. These mistakes we're seeing from him, he's learning from bit by bit, just like the team are. You know, have said for years, that the culture was rubbish and trash under Patricia. These players are still fighting for him after 13 games when they've not won. This season was all about establishing the culture and the attitude in that locker room. It is there quite clearly to see. It was about developing players, and you've got guys like Jerry Jacobs, who's going to be a long-term stayer here. He's developed. Guys like Evan Brown, who've come in off the shelf, have come in here and played well. Charles Harris is playing the best football he's played in his career. We're seeing more player development in this team than we have in a very, very long time. And we're not even discounting the fact that he's missing $100 million of his budget, 60 million through dead cap, 40 through injured players on IR, and we're going, oh, he's a terrible head coach, when he's missing over half his budget with one of the biggest demolition jobs of a franchise that's ever been petered out by Bob Quin.
Can I just ask you one question? When we had the full team in the first game, what happened?
When we had what?
Wait. You can't imagine a full game, J-Mo. Come on. Everybody was rusty.
No, I'm just saying, because I'm so old, man. Lions, man, y'all going to hate me this season.
Hold on. Wait.
Like, can we talk about he didn't have everybody. When he had everybody, we still lost every game.
But J-Mo, you got to look at this. What happened the first game for the Packers?
Man.
What happened the first game for the Packers?
All I'm going to say is, look, first of all, they the Packers. Like they could have did that the first two games.
But what I'm saying is everybody came out weird the first week. And if you're honest, that's the most. If we had everybody,
we still would have one win.
Yeah, but that's the most points we scored. We scored all season, and he scored like 23-some points or something in like 9 minutes. I just think you got to give.
Dan Campbell didn't do that.
Man, who
that was Anthony offense?
Oh my god, man. Okay, who offense was it yesterday? I mean, not yesterday, on Sunday.
Man, that was Jared Goff offense. He out there saving Dan Campbell's career, bro.
Man,
stop playing with that boy Jared Goff. Because we talking like I want Lions fans to get something straight. And y'all know there was no bigger hater of Jared Goff before becoming a Lion than me. Because I knew about Jared Goff before he was a Lion, because I studied him. I kept telling Lions fans this. He's the one other quarterback I randomly studied, and because I didn't like him, so I tried to study him. But if Jared Goff don't make the throw, we're you know what I'm saying? He literally saved Dan Campbell's life.
Who called the plays though?
Hey man, it is what it is. But back to what my man was saying, I want Lions fans to understand this. I'm just sick of the low standard. Oh, it was supposed to be a rebuilding year, and we were just supposed to suck.
No, I don't agree that we're supposed to suck. No, I don't agree.
Like what? No, because let me tell you something. These other franchises that's been rebuilding, outside of the 49ers when they went like 1-15, none of them have started this bad. Even the Giants, who've been trash, they win games. But if it's the Lions fans are used to not winning games, so our standard is lower. Just because our team has injuries and a tons of problems in their ass and they don't got no talent, don't mean we're supposed to just accept not winning any football games. Because other teams and other coaches, they find a way to win. And at the end of the day, Dan Campbell could have won a lot. I mean, you see the defense. We could have won a lot of these games. And we just didn't. I'm not going to blame him for everything, but I watch the small things and the little things. He's not a good head coach.
Okay.
He just makes too many mistakes.
Anthony want to respond.
He's not a good head coach.
Let me do this.
And Lions fans are going to make excuses for him like they always make excuses. Y'all standards are just too low.
Well, let me do
Y'all
this.
expect to be trash every year.
My man,
because I guarantee you, if Dan Campbell came in here 10-0, they'd be like, he the GOAT. Well, we had no talent.
Let me do this, J-Mo. Let me do this, J-Mo. I want to get my man Mike Jones. Mike Jones join us on the show. What's going on, Mike Jones? Mike Jones, what happened? Did he disappear on me?
Dr. Detroit, the Rams are 8-4, bro.
Yeah, I don't know why.
Like people can talk, say whatever you want. Tell me what the Rams record is.
Why I can't find Mike Jones? All right, I'm gonna let Anthony respond to you, but I'm also gonna introduce another guest to the show. My man Nomus J is in the building. What's going on, Nomus?
What's going on, everybody?
All right, Anthony want to respond to J-Mo because he needs to put J-Mo in his place. J-Mo, it ain't personal. We just gotta have this conversation. You got me. I'm interested. I'm like, okay, let's see where this is going. Anthony, what's your rebuttal to him? Because he already don't gave the okay for the Packers, but what's your rebuttal?
Man, they gonna make excuses all year and next year and the year after, and I'm gonna just be sitting here.
I think surprisingly, I think Anthony in the UK family has been very fair in their predictions and games, win, loss, and all that. They didn't even have them winning many games, but they also understood that it was supposed to be a Bill year. So I just knew we was going to be above 500. Like I just knew it, but it is what it is. Anthony, what's your rebuttal to
Rams
J-Mo?
will not be 8-4 without Goff, with no Robert Woods or no run game. Y'all delusional. Y'all delusional. Stop it.
All right, Anthony, what's your thoughts, man?
Oh, I'm delusional apparently, so I probably better not.
Did you hear what I said? I wasn't talking to you.
No,
So-
I mean, I don't get how you can be so certain about this guy after not even, we're 2/3 of the season in here, and we're talking about setting low standards and that, but, firing a coach after so little time, given the situation that he's inherited here. And you say you're looking at the small things and that, but the small things are, you've got to take the situation he's inherited into account. It's one of the worst situations a guy's walked into in any amount of time. All these bad contracts that we've had, there's loads of overpaid vets here on stupidly big deals who can't be asked to play. What they're having to work with this year is threadbare. And, you talk about the defense winning his games. That's down to Dan Campbell and his staff working with the bare minimum possible. There's so few proper vets in there, and yet we're still coming close to winning games. That is something that goes for our coaching staff. We can't just cherry pick what we do and do not choose to, what comes under Campbell's remit. He's hired the staff here. This is an effort. This team is getting better. This year is a rebuild year, and you want to see the culture in there. These players are still fighting after 13 games of not winning. Under Patricia, they just downed tools and just could not be asked. And you could see that so much of the time with a lot better players. You're seeing player development here, undrafted free agents, low-round rookies who are making more progress than players ever did under Matt Patricia. You can see that. It's on tape. You see the players getting better. You can see that from under Patricia that they didn't. It's things like that in this rebuild year which are positive. Now, next year, in 12 months, when he's had a big chunk of money coming back in free agency, nearly 60 million, another draft class, the expectations are going to go higher. And if we're still sat here at one win next year...
What are those expectations? 3 games?
I'm going to be critical of his ass next year if we have one win in 12 months.
You and me both.
Y'all Lions fans, I can see it now.
We
drafted this guy and that guy, and Jared Goff is still losing his games. We suck.
But Jared Goff,
this is hilarious to me, man. Look, it's all good. I did Tactile Puma last year. The Rams had the greatest statistical defense of all time. This year, I don't know where they ranked. Last time I checked, it was in the 20s. I don't know where they ranked, but it's not that defense. Let's get that straight. And they had a top 10 run game. Let's get it straight. Besides that, you gotta you said it's only been 12 games. You can't evaluate somebody after 12 games.
Well, hold on. Hold on.
Like I'm watching every game. You evaluate game by game.
Hold on.
What he's done up till now is not been good.
Hold on, J-Mo. Because I do think that you are on to something in that part where you say that you can't evaluate a person in 12 games. And what happened to No, get back in here. I do think you got a point where you say you can't evaluate a person in 12 games, but that's what you're doing to Dan Campbell. So if you can't evaluate the quarterback in 12 games, why can't you evaluate the head coach in 12 games?
Right. You can. They just don't want to. That's not how they like it. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't fit the people narrative who love him. And like I said, I didn't call for the man to get fired or anything. I just said I don't think he's a good head coach. I'm not sold on Dan Campbell. That's what I literally said. Okay. And he's not a good head coach, and I'm not sold on him. And next year when we're bad, and the year after, when we're semi-good, I'll say 6-7 wins. And then the year after when we get 8 wins, and then when he's gone in year 5, when we win 5 games, we'll be right back here.
Do you know why it's the easiest thing in the world?
The Lions always.
Hold on, J-Mo. Hold on. Let me hear him. He rebuttal, man. I want to hear the rebuttal.
It is the easiest thing in the world for people who are negative about the Lions to be so, because history says that they're going to be right. You know, people go, oh, they're going to be bad. They're going to be really bad because history says they will be. And then those people can go, oh, look at me. I was right. They're bad. The thing is, you've got to look down deeper into this.
It's what I'm saying.
It is.
I'm seeing the same problem. That's what, I'm seeing the same problem they've always had. So that's why I know what the end result is going to be. It's not because I'm just throwing something out there and thinking it's going to stick. I know they're going to suck because that's what the team that I'm seeing is telling me.
So
that's what Dan Campbell is telling me. So like Aaron Glenn saving his ass all year, we will really be looking bad.
Oh God, saving his ass. He's the one who hired him in the first place. Aaron Glenn came here to work because of Dan Campbell and his vision here. And that's
so
the thing
he
about
hired
this
him
squad.
And he's been great. So Dan Campbell gets credit for what Aaron Glenn is doing.
No, the whole coaching staff get credit
for
what they're doing.
We're talking about Aaron Glenn, and you said he hired him. I'm talking about what Aaron Glenn has done with this defense. You're giving Dan Campbell credit for that.
Yes, I am.
Yeah.
I am.
Because
yes,
the defense could easily be bad. This is Aaron Glenn.
Aaron
Glenn. Aaron Glenn would be wherever Aaron Glenn was hired, he would have been solid. That's what I'm trying to say.
Okay,
credit to him.
Let me get Coach Mike Jones
at the end
here.
of the day, but y'all can give Dan Campbell that breadcrumb. How many more games we gonna win this year? Like, I don't care because Lions fans are gonna hate me, and when we suck, I'm gonna be like, I'm right here, y'all. Y'all still blaming Jared Goff?
Listen,
I'm telling you, Luke. That's where they gonna go. They gonna switch from Campbell, and they gonna blame Jared Goff when we don't win games, they've been doing all season. But
I'll tell you what, I'll be the first one to show up to the show because I can tell you game by game where I absolutely blame Jared Goff because. And I can go
trash. You know how I feel about him.
I know, but I'm just saying, like we can do that. But I'm just saying that's what it is. Coach, is you back? Is your mic working? Coach, I don't know what's going on. Mike, where you at? Can anybody hear Mike? No. All right, Mike, I'll give you a minute. Nomis, what do you think, man? Obviously, you hearing a nice conversation between J-Mo. We talking about the loss or the possibility of losing the coach. And J-Mo came in and carpet dust everybody with bums.
Yeah, man. Like I told y'all, bro. That boy
I don't know why he came in and did this, but he did it. Nomis, what are your thoughts on this,
I actually came in to talk about draft picks. Because now Dan Campbell went out and got these two guys that I wanted them to get, then our life would change forever. But, coaches don't do stuff
if you say Aiden Hudson,
No, I was just saying, if you get Hamilton and one of the other ones, it's over. Our franchise will be changed forever.
Okay, well,
I'm telling you.
Listen, you ain't gonna get no argument.
You get two of them boys, it's done, bro. But they ain't really about that life, and that's why we stuck in the same place.
All right, Nomis, what's your thoughts though, man? I mean, obviously you heard the conversation, you've heard the topic, or about us losing them and stuff. What are your thoughts, man?
I don't know if this guy said or not, but to me, it should. You never know what truly may happen. Like, what's going on in Aaron Glenn's mind about it. Like, you never know. He may say, "Nah, I want to stay and finish where I started." And at the end of the day, this ain't the first time we had a defensive coordinator that was possibly slated to be a head coach. You know what I'm saying? We know what happened with Terrell Austin in that whole scenario. I'm just not hearing about this as I came in. So it's like I'm trying to see where all this came from. But I guess they're trying to say that because the way the defense has been playing, the people think he should be a head coach off the rip. If I'm Aaron Glenn, I'm saying no. Because at the end of the day, you want to get more time to work on his craft about what he knows, what he's doing with the defense.
Good point.
And to me, the best way to promote yourself is to, he got a nice little start. You had no talent, but let's go through different phases to show how much improved. And that doesn't always mean he's going to be a spectacular head coach, because we seen what happened with Robert Saleh just the last 4 or 5 years. So it doesn't always mean you're going to translate as a great head coach. I asked John Schwartz, but with him, this is a guy who his philosophy on the defense, it shows up. Yeah, there's some boo-boos in Will Harris, of course, but the way they sometimes handle with the defense. But when you thin as you are, you got guys named Gilbert and Jerry Jacobs coming in here starting. The fact that we all give thumbs up to Anzalone pretty much tells you whatever he's doing.
I got called a dumbass for giving him a game ball. I thought he'd been improving.
Who give a game ball?
I gave a game ball to Alex Anzalone for the last game.
I was on that train.
Oh,
with you.
for the last game, man. Oh, last thing I remember is what your feelings on Alex Anzalone. So every time I see him make a play, I laugh to myself because I know how you feel about him.
No,
he was a beast that last. Hey, man, as Alex, look, let me say something about him. I ain't the highest on him, but he had like 4 games where he was a nightmare out there.
He was, and you know the
scary part is I was like, bro, this dude is amazing right now in this game here.
But the scary part is everything I said about him when I said it was true. I showed it with film in real time, and it was true. And I'm just keeping it 100. I gave him the game ball. I got called a dumbass, but it's okay. It's okay.
When I've been seeing him in that end zone, pushing my guy out for the touchdown. When I see him.
Listen, my man, Coach Mike Jones in the building. What's going on, Coach?
What's going on, man? I had to actually switch. I was on my cell phone. I was trying to do it from my phone. I had to just come out here to the computer, man, and do it like that.
We got a few more minutes before I get up out of here. So, what are your thoughts? Are you concerned about the Lions losing coaches? Because I think Aaron Glenn's name gonna be a hot topic. He's doing so much with nobody.
Yeah, I mean he's doing something that has never been done in my recollection of Lions history, and it's playing all the young players. You know what I'm saying? Like he's playing everybody in the first 3 years. Like, y'all go out there and play, see what we got. So when we go to the draft next year, we know what we need. You know, that's what he's doing. And because he got a 6-year contract, he doing that. You know what I'm saying? I don't see what the rush is. Like, y'all got to win. That's not the philosophy that they even own right now. They're not even trying to do that right now. They're just trying to simply see what they got. Let these young bucks play and see what they got. See where we messed up at, or see what we can keep, what we can disregard. I mean, that's all they're doing right now. You know what I'm saying? They can't say that's what they're doing right now, but that's what they're doing right now. That's what they're doing right now.
Oh,
I mean, okay. What was the reason? What was the reason for getting rid of Jamie Collins? Was to let Derek Barnes play, right?
Let me tell you something. They let Jamie Collins go. I don't care how bad the Lions are. They always trying to win every game. You are not about to tell me they ain't trying to win. Stop. They just
of course they're trying to win every game. They're trying to do it.
Happens when you don't.
But they're trying to do it.
But they try to win every game they play. Trust me, man.
Of course they're trying to win every game they trying to play.
Win for real.
No, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is the level of talent and experience they're putting out there, they cannot expect to win many games. Period. No, you cannot go out there with that level of talent and experience and expect to win a whole lot of ball games. You can't, man. It's not fathomable in the NFL. All this talent, all this experienced players to go out there, free agents.
I just got one question. I know y'all gonna hate me.
Second-year players.
I know y'all gonna hate me for this. I just got one question. I know y'all gonna hate me. But if Bill Belichick had this team, how many games we winning? Give me a range.
With Bill Belichick?
That'll let me know how bad the team is.
With Bill Belichick, the New England Patriots head coach?
Yes.
I ain't gonna lie.
About 5 or 6.
Yeah, 5 or 6. I say that.
Okay. But they talking about Kyle Hamilton. Look, man, I just choose SpeakEZ. I dang near chopped his head off for even mentioning Kyle Hamilton until I looked at some film. And bro. I ain't seen it. So he different.
Let me just tell you like this. So Easy, we did a show the other day,
right,
which Easy finna do the safe space tonight. So I want to make sure I don't cross into that. But we did.
I didn't know that.
We did a show where he was asking me questions, and I told him that I do not see a special talent worthy of the first overall pick. And so at that point, what I would do if I'm absolutely stuck first overall, I'm just going to take whoever the best player who I think can come in and get at least a second and third contract and give me the best opportunity to win and have an immediate impact without time lost. That was Kyle Hamilton. He told me I was bat crazy. We ended the show. He said, bro, you had to show me some film on Kyle Hamilton. I showed him piece by piece the film.
Wait. You just confused me. So you said Kyle Hamilton wasn't worth the number one pick?
No. I said Aiden Hutchinson is not worth the first overall pick. And that
you didn't say Hutchinson's name. Yeah, that's why I'm confused.
Yeah, no, but my bad. But yeah,
hey man, if you look at our chat, you saw what I just did to him for even mentioning Kyle. I'm like, bro, I will fight you. Stop mentioning Kyle Hamilton, bro. He a DB. Until I looked like I told SpeakEZ, bro. Hey man, I'm not special, man. There's a lot of people with an eye for talent, but I got an eye for talent. I just got to see something once.
Listen,
bro, his measurables are something that I don't know if I've ever seen
DB
him
top
before.
10, man. I don't care. I'm not taking on DB
so you
top
not
10,
taking
man. I'm not
top
doing
10
it.
or
I'm not doing
top
it.
10.
I'm not doing it because we took a tight end and a cornerback top 10 in the last. I'm not doing it.
Listen, it doesn't.
I'm not
Guess
doing
what? T.J. Hockenson is a stud, and we were supposed to take Isaiah Simmons. This dude is better than Isaiah Simmons, bro. Like, I watched
this dude go from the complete
generational
right side
bro.
of the football field all the way to the left for an interception. That is nuts to me.
No, Luke, that was the play though, because you know what was funny? When I was watching the video, I was like, wait, did he just get over there? I'm like, wait, huh? I was confused for a second. I'm like, oh shit, he crossed the line. I'm like, oh my God. Because I thought he was on that side of the field. That boy came from the other side of the field. I was like, oh,
that was a crazy play.
Like,
that was crazy. I will admit.
Oh, no, bro.
Now, hold on.
You gotta understand.
Hold on 1 minute. I wanna make sure that I get them in there because again, I'm not talking draft. If y'all want to do that, that's y'all business. I ain't talking draft. All I said is there ain't a talent, and I think Anthony would agree with me. I said if you look at Hudson and you look at Thibodeau, they're not even the best defensive ends in this draft. George Karlaftis, in my opinion, is hands down the best. In my opinion, I'm not talking draft. I'm just gonna leave it at that. However, Anthony, you hearing him talk about, the idea of a defensive back. Wait a minute. Okay? You hear them talking about the idea of a DB. What do you think when you hear this?
I'm with you, Lou. We're too far away at the minute to be doing hypotheticals. I still think there's a few wins in this team. I don't think we're going to be picking first.
I don't either.
We've got the Broncos coming up who were trash the other day. We've got the Falcons who we beat the other year. I'm not going mad here, but I think we get another win or two. I don't think we're picking there, and I think we're it's too far away to guess yet.
Plus this
let the record be shown. I killed every Lions fan who said we was going to 0-16. I eviscerated them. I'm like, you sound like idiots. I'm like, we're gonna win a divisional game.
Well, you know what's funny though? I think
we're not going to be the first overall pick, but Kyle Hamilton's not going number one.
If I was there, I'm telling you, I'm taking somebody who can change my team. If you can't change my team,
that dude is like, bruh. When I look at him, the way I evaluate players is like, if everything goes right, how good could he be? That's how I evaluate draft picks.
Let me say this real quick.
That dude,
you can't see.
Go right.
Ghostface. Can I go back to Ghostface?
No, hold on. Let numbers speak. I want numbers to speak, and then we're gonna ring it around, and then we got to wrap it up because you do know that Easy is still, like I said, he doing the safe space where we can all join. He gonna drop the link in the main chat for us. So
okay.
But go ahead, numbers.
It's like I said, I agree with y'all on the Kyle Hamilton. Let's say Luke is right? We trade down to like 3 or 4, and you take Hamilton there. The other pick, I'm sorry, you gotta get my guy Brandon Smith.
Oh hell yeah!
You gotta get
who?
Brandon Smith from Penn State. You have got to get him.
Yeah,
bro. I'm telling you, them two dudes plus Burns. Let's go feel real different. Yes, you got to get those two guys, bro.
Wait, is he that long? He the only person from Penn State that jumped off my screen. I know who that is.
I think he number 13.
That's just the thing about jumps off period.
That's what I'm saying. Like I watch college football. I'm like, wait, who is that dude out there killing everybody?
So you get them two on your front seven, and then you get his counterpart in the secondary. That defense, the secondary already playing with. If you re-sign our guy, Tracy Walker, it's gonna get real different eventually in the future with that defense, bro. That's why I want Henry Glenn to kind of stay here so he can finish what he started before he tried.
Okay. All right, my man, Coach.
One more thing. I'll just say the great thing about defensive players that change teams is besides of whatever position they play, even cornerbacks, they can get to the quarterback. And that's what Kyle Hamilton can do, and that's what the guy you just mentioned, Nomas, can do. And that's
the reality is this. What people don't realize is when you're drafting first overall or second overall, the person you take, what he do don't show up on the box score. And we have to stop acting as if though when we're looking for certain players, it's going to show up on a box score. Go and look at Ndamukong Suh's numbers in college and tell me where it shows up at on the box score. He is so much more than that. And when you have that level of talent, you don't have a problem taking it.
Yeah,
I don't see that
of course.
But go ahead, Coach.
The thing is, man, the only reason why I say like we can't take a DB again that high in the draft is because you're on the back end of the defense. Yeah, you can get to the front end, but you start off in the back end. You can't get a back end player. Like we can't. Like we're not. You can if you're another team, but we're the Lions and we building from scratch. Like we don't have that luxury to afford a player that's talented on the back end of the defense that can get to the front, but he starts in the back. Like we just can't do that. Like if we was another team, we could do that, but we can't right now. We the Lions.
I would agree with you if we didn't have so many picks. We do have a luxury,
and that's the luxury.
We got a million picks,
yeah, but not number
we do have a luxury this year to take a top guy that we really, really want and still get a great player later on. We actually do have that luxury.
It's not even that for me. It's like I agree where he coming from, but at the same time, what the difference is with the whole Kuda, it was other players that were more worth the pick if you want to go that far. And that's not even the slap on Okuda. It's just, you got Simmons. Some people even said Derrick Brown was even a better option. But the fact of the matter in this situation, you still got a young D-line already you just invested in. They got to get a chance to prove themselves. On top of that, you got a guy who hopefully go return for injury. So the whole point is if you get a playmaker in the secondary, it's a little bit different. We usually are decent with development in our safeties versus taking a corner over third overall. That's a little bit different. Plus, you got to pick you getting the linebacker anyway with the other one up front. You never know which one may fall first. You could end up with Smith first if you trade down and get Hamilton late. You never know how. You know how the draft is crazy. You expect certain players to drop top 5 and then they down there in the second round. Like it get crazy like that sometimes.
Well, listen, we don't know for an hour and 46 minutes. I do want to make sure we get over it time so we can talk with Easy. So we're going to final thoughts at this point. And we go from there. I do appreciate everybody who rocking with me in the chat, who came in there. Hopefully you hit that like button. Every person on the panel has a YouTube channel. Coach Mike Jones over there with Lions on the Prowl. So definitely go show support there. Anthony is obviously with Roar of the Lions UK, which is they do phenomenal work. I love what they do over there. Nomas J, I mean, it's in the name. It's like EA Sports. It's in the name. And with 313 J-Mo, if you ain't never heard of them, I promise you it's worth a watch because either you're gonna love them or you're gonna hate them. But either way it go, you can't stop watching. So we start this off with you, J-Mo. Give the people your final thoughts, man. I'm happy you jumped in with me, but give me your final thoughts.
What was good, everybody? Yeah, y'all know I had to come in here and tell y'all all the things that y'all needed to hear, but y'all didn't like it. I've been doing that for years. We kept telling them we done did this with Patricia, we done did this with all these people, and we gonna keep doing it. But at the end of the day, shout out to all of the people in the chat. It's always a great and fun show. I do want to say we will be back on Above the Rim for my basketball people on my channel on Wednesday. We're gonna have a good time. And yes, I'm not sold on Dan Campbell because I watch football games and I just don't overlook mistakes because the team is bad. At the end of the day, that's how I personally feel about that. I know Lions fans don't like it because y'all thought we was going 0-16. Y'all wanted that, and I had to kill y'all about it. But thanks, Luke, for having me on, man. Shout out to Coach Mike, man, out there holding it down, coaching football, man. Love this guy. Shout out to everybody in the chat, yo.
Yeah, man, listen, I appreciate you for rocking and jumping in and getting it done. We're gonna go down to you, my man, Nomas J. Give the people your final thoughts, how to plug yourself and everything else. Talk to the people.
Alrighty. First of all, it's good. Thanks for having me on the show. Good to see you too, J-Mo, of course. I just want to say this, man. For what I want to see for the Lions for the rest of the season, do what you somewhat been already doing. Be competitive. If you happen to win the game, cool. If you don't, put the best crop of work you can in the game to put yourself in a position to win it, because it's all about developing and pushing this thing for the future. I don't want to see Dan Campbell fail. I'm not that type of guy. I'm going to be critical of him, but I'd rather see him coach himself out his problem and give him a chance to continue to fight and show why he's here and show why he wants to be here. You know, he's done some good things and he's done some mistakes, obviously. So I want to see how he learns from it. He always talking about it. Well, put your money where your mouth is. And as far as the, you know, I do want to say this. I hope I can bring this up. I wish I could have joined live. I didn't even know y'all were going on that Monday last week. I really want to send my prayers again to Jim Bordeaux. That was my guy. I love him. Thank him for all the conversations that we have had. It was always fun talking to him, and we checked on each other a lot of times constantly. I hope he can rest in peace, and I hope his family can find peace and love from everybody, man. He's going to be missed. And shout out to all you guys in the DSA. I know we all love the man, and you know, everybody love your loved ones, and be blessed. Have a good one.
100%. You know, we go to my man Mike Jones. Mike Jones, aka the coach. What you got for your final thoughts, man?
My final thoughts is, even though that I wasn't here, you know, kind of come a little bit, I am 1/4 and 1 on the 28 play away from punching Dan Campbell in the eye. So with that being said, he got to do better, man.
Hey, your boy saved his life.
Yeah, I feel him, man. I feel JMO. He got to do better. He has to, right? So, yeah, man. But just check us out, man. Detroit Lions on the Prowl. We ain't here. We gonna do that, man. DSA, we ain't here. You know. Thanks for having me, Luke.
100%, man. Now, if you don't know Corey, I don't think Corey know, but Anthony comes on everybody's stuff. Anthony, Matt, Ryan, Steve. They're linked in the channel, bro. Like, if you go to my description, you will see Roar of the Lions UK there. And they do have great takes. It absolutely is funny how the only two people right now is screaming, stay away from Hutchinson and Thibodeau because George Karlaftis is the best DN. It's me and Anthony. so it's funny, but I promise you, Corey, hang around, subscribe, go over there and check them out, subscribe. But he will be back on the show, as will all of the other members. They all come on. And again, it's open forum. You could have joined the show. All you simply need is a cell phone or a tablet, something that you can plug in and a headset to, or Bluetooth headset on. You join the show, you get in here, and you get it done. But if you look in there, look at Roar of the Lions UK, and you can subscribe to them, and you will not miss a thing. Y'all go live, I think, pretty much every day. Y'all talk all college football talk, and I believe y'all going live at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard, or is it 3 p.m. Eastern Standard?
That's tomorrow. 3 tomorrow.
3. Okay, so that's how you find them. They're linked in the description. Roar the Lions UK. Obviously, people love what you over there talking about, Anthony. Plug the channel, bro.
No, first I just want to echo sentiments already said for Jim. I wasn't able to join that show either the other day, and obviously I've spent a lot of time with him on the Friday roundtables, and I did a little tribute to him on our own channel, but it's absolutely devastating what's happened there. And to everyone who does know him, you know, my sincere condolences. You know, he was a wonderful guy. He made me feel really welcome every time I came onto that channel, and I was really nervous first time I did it. So, you know, again, I just want to join in with all the well wishes to his friends and family, etc. Just outside of that, yeah, Roar of the Lions, our channel. Like I say, you can find us under that heading. We're on 3 days a week, on Mondays, Thursdays. We do a little college show on Wednesday. So all this draft chat's about to start getting ramped up on there. And I know me and you, Luke, we're going to go and back for Karlaftis coming up soon.
Yeah, 100%. And we got some film studies we got to do too. So you just, you know, we gonna collab on a few different things. Just get ready for it. Trust me.
Yeah, exactly. Just in terms of final thoughts, though, I know, you know, there are opposing views on here, but I just want to say, from what I've seen this year, I do like the direction that we're going in. I think the situation that this team was in over the summer was a dire one. There are a lot of new guys in here, you know, whether it be players on the coaching staff. There's been a lot of upheaval, a lot of guys who've been here a long time. But this team's fighting, man. The culture is getting implemented. You just saw it just in the celebrations the other day. I know people are saying it's overblown, but, that's it's a big plus for the coaching staff to get that first win, and it shows how that culture is changing. You never saw stuff like this under Matt Patricia. Campbell's getting the culture and the attitude right. That's his first job. We're starting to get the wins now. He, as a coach, is starting to learn from his mistakes, and hopefully that will improve. And then, like I say, next year the expectations are going to get ramped. But at the minute, he's given me no reason to not believe in him. So let's keep going. Let's see some more of these good performances going forward. Let's see what they do over the summer. We drafted well last year. Hopefully we do it again. But I like the direction we're going. I can understand why some might be skeptical, but just keep with it. This isn't the same old Lions anymore.
Hey, 100%, man. Appreciate you for coming through. And y'all know me, cannot end the show unless we end it on a positive note, people, because that's what we do. Everybody who came through, from my man Hour, Buck over there, which I'll be over there around like 8:30. And obviously Easy was in the chat. So, he's going to do the safe space around 7:30. So you want to get over to the SpeakEZ Sports Podcast and check that out. My man J-Mo came through. He gave me a few ulcers, but you know what? It's one of the reasons why I love him, man. I don't know why he came in here and crop dust us with all these bums he dropped, but he did it. So shout out to him. Shout out to Nomis J for coming in. Shout out to Coach, aka Mike Jones, for coming in, and all of you who came in. Got to do it the positive way and got to make sure I hit it on a hard note. Did you know that you are a drop in the ocean? Let me just explain something to you. To the world, you are one, but to one, you are the world. And I want you to take that in, because being a drop in the ocean is not a bad thing. You see, you find yourself trying to understand your importance, but have you ever seen a raindrop just hit water in general? The amount of shock waves it sends through there sends a message that's unheard, that's known to those that's beneath that water. You see, you can drop a singular drop into the ocean, and everything beneath it knows that it's there. You are significant. You are important. You are powerful. And when you are that drop, and the ripple effect that comes off from your single being of being around others, it becomes contagious. Because one of the things that you don't realize about your power is, whether you are a drop, a storm, or even the damn grenade that goes into the water to make it splash up, you have an impact. You are changing someone's life. You are doing something to be a blessing to someone, or to somehow get a blessing from someone. The only thing you have to do is know your worth, know your value, and know that at the end of the day, no matter what you do, you are as important to this world as the world could ever be to you. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, please make sure you hit that like, subscribe, notification bell. Everybody who's on here is linked in the description. Check them out. Go over there and tell them they suck, or whatever you want to do, and tell them you love them. It's all the same. But just show some support. And with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, we are out. Catch us on SpeakEZ.